The ability to have somebody who is kind of epitomizes what you think your country stands for has always been a major ambition. Camilla may be gradually being recognized by the public as queen after years of tireless dedication to the British royal family. But she will never be acknowledged by Princess Anne, Queen Elizabeth's only daughter. Camilla will never be a true queen is what Princess Anne affirmed about the second wife of her brother King Charles. This was revealed by Princess Diana's dressmaker a few days ago. So what makes Princess Anne hate Camilla, and what is their real feud? Don't miss this video. For decades, the truth that the royal family doesn't want you to know is that Princess Anne actually had a grudge against Camilla, making it difficult for Camilla to become queen, despite being recognized by Queen Elizabeth herself. Moreover, many insider sources also revealed that Camilla had to fight a lot to be able to marry Charles properly. Indeed, when Camilla married Charles, then the Prince of Wales in 2005, she legally became the Princess of Wales. However, out of respect for the late Princess Diana, Camilla chose to be known as Duchess of Cornwall. Diana's legacy loomed large. She was not just a beloved figure in Britain, but globally. Her tragic death in 1997 left a deep imprint on the public consciousness, and the title of Princess of Wales was inextricably linked to her. By opting for a different title, Camilla showed a profound understanding of the public sentiment and a willingness to honor Diana's memory, which helped ease her integration into the royal family and the public's acceptance of her. For many years, it was understood that Camilla would be known as Princess Consort when Charles ascended to the throne. This designation was seen as a compromise, reflecting the complex history surrounding their relationship and the public's initial resistance. The title Princess Consort was meant to acknowledge Camilla's position without overshadowing the legacy of Diana. However, in a significant shift, Queen Elizabeth II announced in early 2022 that Camilla should be known as Queen Consort upon her death. This decision marked a turning point, signifying a broader acceptance and recognition of Camilla's role within the royal family. However, Princess Anne, Queen Elizabeth II's only daughter, and Charles's only sister, reportedly had reservations about this change. According to royal biographer Angela Levin in her book Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, a royal survivor, Anne and Camilla initially did not have a warm relationship. Camilla found Anne's frosty demeanor difficult and somewhat unnerving to cope with. Anne, known for her straightforward and no-nonsense attitude, maintained her distance from Camilla for years, creating an air of tension and unease. Moreover, Princess Diana's dressmaker reveals that Anne's skepticism extended to her view of Camilla's potential future as queen consort. Anne's remark that Camilla will never be a true queen highlights the initial resistance within the royal family to fully embracing Camilla in this role. This skepticism was not just a matter of personal feelings, but also reflected the broader public and familial complexities that Camilla had to navigate. Why does Princess Anne hate Camilla so much? A confidential source revealed that Queen Camilla and Princess Anne's relationship traces back to Camilla's first husband, Andrew Parker Bowles. The intriguing connection between these two women began long before their paths converged within the royal family. In June 1970, Princess Anne, then a vibrant 19-year-old, went on a date with the charming British Army officer Andrew Parker Bowles. This encounter is particularly noteworthy because Parker Bowles would later marry Camilla Shand, who would become known as Camilla Parker Bowles. According to Sally Bedell Smith, the author of Prince Charles, The Passions and Paradoxes of an Improbable Life, Andrew Parker Bowles and Camilla Shand met in the late 1960s, a few years before he and Anne went on their first date. Their relationship was characterized by an on-again, off-again dynamic, suggesting that there could have been a love triangle involving Parker Bowles, Camilla, and during that period. However, the relationship between Anne and Parker Bowles didn't appear to be all that serious. In Season 3, Episode 9 of The Crown, Princess Anne, portrayed by Erin Doherty, tells her family that she and Andrew are only interested in a bit of fun, as detailed by the Los Angeles Times. While the public has no way of knowing whether this interaction between a young Anne and a mortified queen actually happened, Bedell Smith confirmed that Anne and Parker Bowles were never in it for the long haul. This sentiment is supported by Anne's own statements and behaviors, which suggests that their relationship was more about enjoying each other's company, rather than pursuing a serious commitment. One significant barrier to a serious relationship between and Andrew was his Catholic faith. As Bedell Smith explained, Andrew's being Catholic made him an unlikely suitor for Queen Elizabeth II's only daughter. The religious differences posed a significant obstacle, given the Church of England's position and the royal family's expectations regarding marriage. Additionally, while and Andrew shared a mutual love of horses, a passion that brought them together, they never considered entering into a serious relationship that could lead to marriage. Pinning down the exact timeline of Princess and Andrew Parker Bowles' breakup is challenging. According to biographer Sally Bedell Smith, the details of their romance's end are murky, but it was undoubtedly before 1973 when Andrew and Camilla became engaged. Bedell Smith notes that during this period, Princess had no shortage of admirers, indicating that while her relationship with Andrew was significant, it was not her only romantic engagement. Andrew Parker Bowles, in his 30s at the time, faced increasing pressure to settle down and make a commitment. He and Camilla Shand had been in an on-again, off-again relationship for several years. This relationship was characterized by its ups and downs, a dynamic that added to the complexity of Andrew's interactions with Anne. As pressure mounted on Andrew to commit, he eventually proposed to Camilla, his girlfriend of nearly 7 years. This proposal, as Bedell Smith describes, was partially driven by public and familial expectations. Camilla and Andrew's engagement came before their marriage on July 4, 1973. However, before Camilla married Andrew, she dated King Charles. The circumstances surrounding Camilla and Charles's initial meeting vary according to different sources. Bedell Smith contends that the pair were introduced by a mutual friend in mid-1972. Their first meeting reportedly took place over drinks at Lucia Santa Cruz's flat in London, where Camilla and Lucia were neighbors. This initial encounter marked the beginning of a relationship that would significantly impact the British royal family. At the time of Camilla and Charles's burgeoning relationship, Andrew Parker Bowles was away on army duty. This absence provided an opportunity for Camilla and Charles to develop their bond. However, Charles eventually left for his own army service, and during his absence, Camilla became engaged to Andrew. This sequence of events meant that although Anne and Camilla both had romantic links to Andrew, the royal siblings did not date Mr. and Mrs. Parker Bowles simultaneously. This clarification is crucial, as dramatizations like The Crown suggest a more intertwined timeline, but Bedell Smith emphasizes that the reality was different. Despite Bedell Smith's account, there are differing opinions on the exact nature and timing of these relationships. The intricacies of royal romances and the overlapping social circles often lead to various interpretations and narratives. Some sources might suggest a more concurrent timeline of events, adding to the complexity of understanding these historical relationships. The period leading up to Andrew and Camilla's engagement was marked by significant social pressures and personal decisions. Andrew's proposal to Camilla was not just a culmination of their long-term relationship, but also a response to external expectations. The engagement and subsequent marriage of Andrew and Camilla formalized a relationship that had already seen many years of development and change. Princess Anne's relationship with Andrew Parker Bowles, while notable, was one of several romantic entanglements she experienced during her youth. Her connection with Andrew was likely influenced by the same social pressures and expectations that later affected Andrew and Camilla's relationship. Anne's pragmatic approach to romance, as depicted in various accounts, reflects her broader approach to life and duty within the royal family. You might be shocked to know that Camilla Parker Bowles dated Charles just to get revenge. According to biographer Penny Junner, Andrew broke up with Camilla to court the princess, among other women. This breakup was significant because Camilla was deeply in love with Andrew, a sentiment she conveyed to the Times. Her affection for Andrew was steadfast, despite his reputation as a cad, known for his philandering ways and relationships with other women, including some of Camilla's friends. In the early 1970s, Camilla met Charles, then the Prince of Wales. Charles became instantly infatuated with her, recognizing his interest. Camilla saw an opportunity not just to connect with the future king, but also to get back at Andrew and Princess Anne simultaneously. According to Jenner, Camilla's affair with Charles was partly motivated by a desire to teach Andrew a lesson. She was passionately in love with Andrew, but was frustrated by his unfaithfulness. By engaging in a fling with Charles, she aimed to capture Andrew's attention and demonstrate that she too could attract the interest of someone significant. In this case, a royal prince. Camilla's intentions were more about reclaiming Andrew's attention than about hurting Princess Anne, and had already shown that she did not take her relationship with Andrew all that seriously. This casual attitude towards her fling with Andrew is highlighted by Anne's subsequent actions. As King Charles's biographer, Sally Bedell Smith, told Elle, Anne was never deeply invested in her relationship with Andrew, viewing it more as a youthful dalliance than a serious commitment. Around the same time that Camilla and Andrew announced their engagement in early 1973, Princess Anne announced her engagement to Mark Phillips. This simultaneous announcement underscores the transient nature of Anne's relationship with Andrew. Anne and Mark Phillips married just a few months after Camilla and Andrew Parker Bowles, as outlined by Harper's Bazaar. The intricate love triangle, or more accurately, quadrangle, involving Queen Consort Camilla Parker Bowles, King Charles, Princess Anne, and Andrew Parker Bowles, is one of the more complex and controversial episodes in the history of the British royal family. However, despite the initial complications, it appears to have concluded with a surprising degree of grace and amicability. Camilla and Charles's relationship is well known for having stirred significant public and private turmoil, culminating in Charles's divorce from Princess Diana. Diana's tragic death further cast a long shadow over this chapter of the royal family's history. However, the relationships between the other individuals involved in this early affair managed to remain far more congenial. Princess Anne and Andrew Parker Bowles, despite their brief romantic fling, managed to forge a lifelong friendship. According to Prince Charles's biographer, Sally Bedell Smith, Anne and Andrew's bond has endured and even thrived over the years. This enduring friendship is evidenced by Anne's decision to appoint Andrew as the godfather to her second child, Zara Phillips, now Zara Tyndall. Their relationship is often publicly visible, with the two frequently seen engaging in friendly conversations at various events, sometimes accompanied by Zara. This indicates that the drama surrounding the love triangle was largely confined to the romantic entanglements of Camilla and Charles. Camilla and Andrew, who share 2 children and 5 grandchildren, also managed to maintain a friendly relationship after their divorce in 1995. This divorce occurred just a year before Charles and Diana's divorce was finalized. Despite the end of their marriage, Camilla and Andrew's friendship persisted. This enduring bond was highlighted when Andrew, along with his second wife, Rosemary Pittman, attended Camilla and Charles's civil wedding on April 9, 2005. This gesture underscored the cordial nature of their post-divorce relationship. The depth of Camilla and Andrew's enduring friendship was further demonstrated when Camilla attended Rosemary Pittman's funeral in 2010 after she succumbed to cancer. This act of solidarity highlighted the mutual respect and affection that had survived, despite the dissolution of their marriage and the complexities of their past relationships. The love quadrangle that involved Camilla, Charles, Anne, and Andrew, while initially fraught with complications, ultimately evolved into a series of amicable relationships. Anne and Andrew's friendship remained strong, with Anne even honoring Andrew with a significant familial role as Zara's godfather. Camilla and Andrew, despite their divorce, maintained a cordial and supportive relationship, which was evident in their interactions over the years. However, the relationship between Princess Anne and Queen Consort Camilla Parker Bowles has been a subject of much speculation and intrigue. Despite the outward appearance of cordiality, many insiders and royal family experts suggest that there are underlying tensions between the two women. In 2020, New Idea reported that the tensions between Anne and Camilla are far from resolved. Citing an unnamed insider, the article suggested that the two women, while maintaining a facade of friendliness in public, actually can't abide each other. The resurgence of their romantic history on the popular Netflix series The Crown supposedly exacerbated these tensions, bringing old wounds back to the surface. The insider claimed that Anne holds a particular grudge against Camilla, feeling that her sister-in-law intrudes on her relationship with her brother, King Charles. The report suggested that Anne rarely gets any alone time with Charles because Camilla is always present, a situation that reportedly frustrates Anne. However, despite these claims, body language expert Judy James offers a different perspective, analyzing their public interactions. James told The Express that Anne and Camilla exhibit no visible signs of tension and often engage in lively conversation. Given their past histories, with Anne having dated Camilla's ex-husband, the relationship between Anne and Camilla might have been difficult. But in fact, the two women seem very tolerant of one another to the point of often looking like old friends, James observed. To support her analysis, James pointed to the 2019 royal family Christmas Day church service, where both women coincidentally wore striking purple outfits. According to James, Camilla made a playful elbowing gesture to Anne, pointing out their matching attire, and the two women laughed together, suggesting a level of camaraderie. This discrepancy between insider reports and public appearances highlights the complexity of royal relationships. On one hand, the resurfacing of old romantic rivalries on the crown and the continual speculation by royal experts and insiders suggest deep-seated tensions. On the other hand, the public displays of friendliness and the analysis by body language experts paint a picture of two women who have managed to navigate their shared past with grace and humor. Camilla, for her part, is reportedly eager to move past the historical tensions and build a positive relationship with Anne. The New Idea article suggests that Camilla wishes and would give her a chance and let go of the past. This desire for reconciliation indicates that, at least from Camilla's perspective, there is hope for a more harmonious relationship. Despite Anne's unpleasant attitude, Camilla was now known as Queen and had the support of much of the public. Many people are curious about Camilla's rise and ask, why is Camilla's title now Queen, and why has Prince Philip never been called King? Will Charles intervene in this matter? In fact, the titles held by spouses of British monarchs have long followed a complex and traditional hierarchy, reflecting both historical precedents and the nuances of British constitutional monarchy. This difference in titles is starkly evident when comparing the titles bestowed upon the wives of reigning kings and the husbands of reigning queens. Historically, the wives of sitting British monarchs have traditionally assumed the title of Queen. This title signifies their position as consort to the reigning monarch. One of the most recent examples of this tradition is Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. She held the title of Queen during her marriage to King George VI from 1936 until his death in 1952. Upon his death, she became known as the Queen Mother, distinguishing her from her daughter, Queen Elizabeth II. In contrast, the title of King is not bestowed upon the husbands of reigning queens. This is primarily due to two reasons rooted in tradition and the constitutional framework of the British monarchy. Firstly, the title of king can only be inherited, meaning it is reserved for those who ascend to the throne through direct succession. Secondly, within the hierarchical structure of royal titles, the king always outranks the queen. If the husband of a reigning queen were given the title of king, it would imply a higher rank than the queen, contradicting the established order that the reigning monarch, regardless of gender, holds the highest authority. A prominent example illustrating this distinction is the case of Prince Philip, the husband of Queen Elizabeth II. When he married then Princess Elizabeth in 1947, he was granted the titles of Duke of Edinburgh, Earl of Merioneth, and Baron Greenwich. These titles acknowledged his noble status without elevating him above his wife in rank. Unlike Queen Camilla, who, as the wife of King Charles III, was crowned queen consort during her husband's coronation, Prince Philip did not receive a coronation alongside Queen Elizabeth II during her 1953 coronation. His role, while significant, was more supportive and ceremonial. He was given the formal title of Prince Philip in 1957 through a letters patent issued by Queen Elizabeth II. This designation recognized his unique status as the consort of the Queen while maintaining the established tradition that the husband of a reigning queen does not assume the title of king. This distinction underscores the unique and historically rooted practices within the British monarchy, highlighting the different paths of recognition and honor for male and female consorts. The careful balance of these titles reflects the enduring traditions that have shaped the British royal family for centuries. What do you think about the uneasy relationship between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.